Hey everyone. So we're gonna do this week a little differently just because there is so many different things going on each day. It's kind of power packed. Um, and so we're gonna need to be, keeping our wits about us by staying in heart center, doing good meditation and all of that good stuff. So this reading is going to be the first day, which is going to be Monday, which is Equinox. So we'll talk a little bit about equinox here, and then we'll put the rest of the week up one by one. So because Tuesday is the moon read, so I'll do that separately. Um, yeah, and then Wednesday there's not much going on, but Thursday there's definitely the Pluto moving into Aquarius aspect. Same thing. Then Friday, Saturday, not super specific things, but I'm going to put the read for each day up individually. And I'm actually going to put a meditation with each one of those so that if you want to kind of have a practice for this week, hopefully I'll get those up by each morning. You can take a look at the energy in the card read and then do a quick meditation. And most of them are pretty quick for sure. They're definitely anywhere from 6 to 13 minutes tops. Um, so yeah, today this reading, this equinox reading, is going to have a meditation attached to it at the end. So stick around if you are looking for something to kind of usher in the energy of this equinox. So basically, like equinox is the time of year where we're heading, into spring. But it's also like the time. It's an interesting time because it's like that's where it's, equal amounts of light and dark. So that's kind of, a little bit about what's going on the planet right now, right? Like we're coming out of this darkness and the truth is revealing a lot about who we are, why we're here, what we're capable of energetically and all of that. So it's all coming into the light. Um, and sometimes it can be a little bit like nerve-wracking as we learn this stuff. It's very different from what we've been told and taught. So indoctrinated, some might say. But we won't get nasty here. Let's have a happy new year. That's the other thing too. We're moving into Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. So this is the astrological new year. So basically the energy surrounding this dark to light equinox and or having it in balance is more kind of the term. But I just want to read these two things to you. So March equinox is the astrological new year, and Aries season begins. And then right on the heels of that, tomorrow we have an Aries new moon. So new, new, new. The energy grid of the planet moves into higher harmony. A new year begins. A new lunar cycle unfolds. Fresh energy is flowing. We can bring balance, dark and light, into our lives and focus on what we wish to create. New beginnings are here. So, and then also just sort of the themes, and we'll get into this more with the moon read, but the Aries season, like Aries is your warrior, right? But we want to stand up for everything we believe, um, and we want to start speaking our truth and all of those things. We want to do it with love, though. We are not going into this in battle mode, um, in war mode, in warrior, peaceful warrior. We're going to go into this with love and with light, because that's what truly wins, right? We don't we just keep the cycle perpetuating when we go in guns ablazing and just not with love and compassion. So these are our lessons for this new year coming up. But let's talk a little bit about Aries season. We'll talk about it more tomorrow night or tomorrow, whatever time you're watching the video, um, with the card read on the moon. So the Aries season in general, though, that we're heading into is welcoming new beginnings, moving your body. This is going to be really key. I think, it's the spring thing too, right? We haven't been able to, necessarily in the weather get out and about. So focusing on moving your body, but also treating it really well. We've been on that kick for a while. Recharging your energy. So if this last little while has, been really tough and sent you into a tailspin, it's time to find ways to recharge your energy. Like for me, I'm being desperately called to get in the water. So I'm like figuring out ways, that I can, at the moment I need to do it cheaply, but or I might just go do a spa day at, they have all these new thermal spas popping up, or they have the infrared and the float tanks. So uh, I feel like that's going to be the best charge of my energy. So that's where I'm looking into, but really tap into yourself. See what your body, mind, and soul needs to recharge. It might just be going out for a couple days into the mountains or something like that. Release any tension. This is the last little bit. We don't want to keep hanging on to this and taking it with us. Um, Most of us have seen that, like, we've been hanging on to it and it's hurting our bodies. Everyone I talk to is like, it's like we're weary, we're tired, we need more sleep, but we're holding on to a lot of tension right now. So again, Aries is the warrior, but it's also the like go, like move your body, get outside, um, do Tai Chi, Qigong, something, yoga, whatever it is, get that energy flowing and releasing tension, right? So, sometimes the best way to release tension is definitely like cardio kind of activities. So that might be what you need to do too. Stay motivated, take action. It's funny because it's like I think, in January we always do the New Year's our resolutions, and that's when we're like, oh, I'm gonna get fit and I'm gonna, the gyms are packed um and I was like it was kind of funny because I was reading this thing and we'll get into this with the moon, but it was like, okay, if you've kind of like just kind of uh, you know, hidden away or just, became a sloth during January and February, it's okay because this astrological new year, we can count it as our new year and start to really get motivated to do things, right? So it's like a do-over. We're getting a do-over. So if you spent the last 2 months just kind of hermiting away and that kind of thing, it's okay. We got a do-over. Okay, I'm gonna read some cards and then there'll be a meditation to follow. The meditation focuses on, uh, you know, the dark to light sort of element. So I do hope that you enjoy that meditation. I think it's a good one. I really liked it as I was prepping it. So, okay, we're gonna do one card right now. From the Goddess Tarot, Major Arcana Tarot. Um, And I'm just asking kind of what this new, we're just going to focus on equinox for this reading. So what the energy is coming in with this and what it's focusing on. So we got justice. I am truthful with others and myself, and I take full responsibility for my choices. Yeah, it's really interesting because there's a lot going on that's really similar to the equinox kind of thing, right? It's like coming out of the dark into the light, exposing the truth, right? Speaking the truth, being truthful. So this equinox is really like really feeling like it's our chance to start embodying what we are talking about, right? Like we've spent this winter, I know most of us have, doing this dark shadow work, or the bulk of the last couple of years have really been spent doing that. So um, congratulations, you made it to this point. So I would say, there's always going to be little things to work on. We're never going to be 100% perfect that I know of. Um, but I would say if you're at this point, you've done the majority of the work. And let's really embody this dark to light, moving into the light and really starting to shine our true authentic selves, being truthful. Truthful seems to be coming up a lot. It was a lot in last week's, it bookended, right? The truth. And the truth is coming out in the world itself, right? It's not just for the world truths coming out. We have to start stepping up and being who we are, right? And being our authentic selves, and and not really caring that, somebody might not like that. They're probably not going to like that. There's going to be a lot of naysayers and haters out there. Like, it's just going to be the way it is. But it's important that we're doing the work and being authentic and shining that out, and not hermiting away and not hiding away. So I think that's the focus of this, like, shift in energy of light, right? Of the light coming in. We have to be able to hold this container of light that's coming in too. And the only way we do that, again, is by being ourselves, our true authentic selves. So I'm just asking again with the portal cards, going to be dealing with them all the time. Yeah, it's funny. Okay, so it's like Akashic Records comes up. Akashic Records are like the library of everything that has happened, will happen. It's already, predestined. But anyway, so clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. Interesting. Freedom comes up in one of the meditations I did too, but I don't think that's till the tomorrow night for the moon. Interesting. When you hear it, you'll be like, oh, that's what she's talking about. Okay, true freedom. What is true freedom? I know that word's been vilified lately, but you know why it got vilified, right? Because it's like that lower frequency was like, no, 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 you are going to stay under our thumb, and everybody's just waking up to the fact that they're like, oh no, I'm going to go out there and be my big beautiful butterfly self, and nothing is stopping me. Nothing is stopping this process. So I would rather be like upfront warrior mode, ready to go, ready to show myself. I'm not I'm not going back into the old past lives of us cowering down, cowering to the man, any of that stuff. It's like that time is up. That's what I get for this equinox. It's nice because that shift in energy then is coming in, and it's really feeling empowering. Like, we're able to, like, really embrace it this time, instead of just like speaking about it but not really having I don't know the words I'm looking for. It's really funny. But just like, we've kind of just paid lip service to it up till this point. Like, it's what we desired and what we wanted, but there was so much interference that we couldn't get there. Now that veil is like, it's gone. So there's no more excuses. I'm getting really smoky here. There's no more excuses. It's just we're able to fully step up and stand in our light now. Yay. We've been waiting for this for a very long time. Anyway, um, so yeah, I kind of picked for the cards. I love the hidden realms. I always call it my shadow cards, except there's some shadow cards in there, and they do have a shadow word at the end. So, but then I also balanced it with keepers of light. And then the advice cards we're going to do for Equinox are the work your light deck. All right, let's do 3 cards from the darker side of things. Even that now, like, the darker side of things is like, we've all gone in and done the work and realized it's not that bad and it's not that scary. It had to be done, right? It had to be done. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, they're definitely pulling out the grittier side. Okay, so we got the hungry ghosts. Obsessions, scarcity consciousness, and attachment. So this is great things to do on a, new moon, new cycle. Um, Again, just examining that last little bit. Are there still thought patterns that we're still hanging on to around scarcity, around fear, around control, um, and around our attachment? Again, we talked about this last week, you guys. This is like, we can't bring in the new when we're holding on to everything of the old because there's no room. There's energetically no room. So I would say on the equinox, just like you would do on New Year's, it's like, okay, what needs to be released tonight? What is no longer serving me? Comes up in the meditation too. So I would highly suggest sticking around for that. I think it's only like 11 minutes, so shouldn't be too hard to do. Although I've talked to a few people that just fall asleep during them, and that's okay. You're still getting the info in. Um, Attachment is the big one coming out with that. We also got the Metal King, which is discipline, armor, and boundaries. So yeah, I mean, it's back to the full armor of God, you guys. We are heading into a bit of a battle. We're still in a spiritual battle. Like don't rest on your laurels yet. We're not quite there. We've got some other things to clear and clean up. So keep your armor on you. Boundaries is the big word there, right? This is where it comes in because as you start to speak your truth and who you are and really become confident in that, you are going to get the people that are going to try to cut you off at the knees and they are going to be hateful and spiteful and they are going to do anything in that lower power to keep you from moving forward. So, if you have those people in your life, we need to establish boundaries with them. You may not have to physically speak these boundaries to them because they probably are not on the same wavelength. So if you start talking about New Earth and things, they're probably just like not listening to you. They don't understand. Um, but energetically, we can put up boundaries of like, as soon as that person starts to reflect or attack or come in, it's like, nope, not doing this. And we have to do this in the most benevolent way possible. It's just like, okay, I thank you for your opinion. I'm not engaging in this victim consciousness anymore. I am not engaging in this division consciousness anymore. Those are my boundaries. I don't want to get into a discussion with that person or with you only because our opinions are so different. We're just better to like not go there. And I know that sounds harsh, and you can't do that to everybody. Um, yeah, but you just make sure you've got your wits about you and your boundaries are up. You know, this coming up week and through Equinox. So yeah, I mean, as this tries to balance out, it's still going to be a little ugly. It's not going to be super pretty, but the other thing we got is the chess queen, which is trust and strategizing. So again, it's coming down to that like trust that there is a plan, that it's going exactly as it's supposed to, even when it looks like it's not. Um, and the strategizing part is that's kind of like the resolution part of the new year, right? So if this is the new year, again, keep focused on what we want to see, where we're heading, all of those things. Like we're still not, again, it come back to that, like that resting on our laurels. We're not done this process yet. We've made great leaps and bounds, and we're in a much better uh, position and energetically and astrologically, we're coming into a little bit more of an easier time, and by easier I mean it's just like it's going to be easier to see and feel things, and so you won't be doubting yourself like, am I crazy for believing this stuff? And other people will start to see it too, right? So just it's again just it's keeping your wits about you, and just yeah, we just go with the flow on this one. But we got to keep doing the work too, which is manifesting and envisioning what we do want. All right, let's do 3 of these Keepers of the Light cards. And I just want to know, it's the energy of what this equinox is about, but also it is who our helpers are during these ascended masters. Who's our helpers? And it's interesting too. I was just looking at this, and it's like the intertwined rings on the back of the card is like that the interconnection, the Vesica Pisces, the it's like it's coming into like connection. Um, so the first one we got is Lord Ganesh is with us, infinite abundance, obstacles are being removed, spiritual support and connections are increasing. Yeah, they got our backs, you guys. They're here. And we also got hope. How nice is that? Love and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. This is really coming in strong this week. Is up until now, I think we've just been again been paying a lot of lip service to the whole spirituality thing, but not really grasping the concept that we are divine and we are worthy of everything that is coming. All the benevolent, good, light moments are meant for us. This is all coming together because it was meant for us. So, the bottom line of the hope card is choose loving thoughts. That's going to be key. That's come up. I can't remember where I was reading it, but that's come up a couple times with this whole week, especially as we get into as Pluto moves into Aquarius, is really keeping those loving thoughts, right? Stay in the light, you guys. Stay in the light. Oh my God. Okay. When I was flipping these over, I was like, I, f- I thought it was going to be the middle card, but I was like, you know who's going to be here. Like, there's no doubt for this whole week. Master Jesus, that guy. Forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time, um, for whoever that's for. I really just think that's not even father healing. That's going to be that there's a lot of masculine healing coming up. Um, that's super important right now, right? We've been under this heavy patriarchy for so many years. Um, I've watched over the last 2 to 4 years, um, every time the divine feminine energy starts to increase, then you know, it starts to get quashed again, right? But this time it's like we're not doing that anymore, right? We're not burning women at the stake for their uh, beliefs, any of that. Like that is old, that is done, that is not the way we're doing things moving forward. We are bringing in the Christ consciousness. The Christ consciousness is exactly this, like peace, benevolence, forgiveness. So that also could focus around a lot of things, as truths are coming out. Again, I keep saying to people, like, we need to definitely be in a position of not saying I told you so. Um, that isn't going to help anything. Um, but it also is going to be like, make sure you put those boundaries up, but that you also say that your door is open, that you're there for people, right? There's going to be a lot of like shocking information where people are, it's going to be tough and they're going to need a friend and they're going to need um, support. So, and we can use that support too, right? Like it's nice to know, uh, it's not a matter of that, of being right, of having been right, but we need that backing of like, finally somebody has our back, right? It's been a little bit of time and people haven't had each other's backs. So anyway, all right. The work your light cards that we're doing here is what I'm going to use for this equinox for the action cards or the suggestion cards. Okay, this is really interesting because um, I feel like I was doing a pretty good job of this, but and it keeps coming up, and I'm like, I don't know if maybe I'm not as. So get grounded is number one. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. Yeah, remember that thing I said about um, Aries season? What did I say? Not just about moving your body, but what was the thing? Recharge your energy, right? Part of like we can't refill that tank if we're not grounded. So I love this card too. I always love this card because it's like the ancient wisdom in the ancestors in the trees, pure meditation amongst the beauty of The roots of the trees are in there, all the flowers. This is the perfect thing. Like spring is here. So let's, a lot of the meditations this week focus on spring and like allowing that energy in of growth, of beauty, right? We're heading into the season of flowers, of trees, of birds, like everything coming alive. So it's like start to come back out of that shell that we've kind of put ourselves in during the winter and get out there. It's really interesting though, because we also got the take a break card. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. So I think a lot of us have been like really doing a ton of work like this. And almost to the point where it's like spirit, I'm talking about spiritual work here. And so what we're doing is like we're almost overdoing it and expecting a ton of results and like so super duper meditation or and for some it's probably working perfectly. Um, but it's like we almost need to just we need to keep moving, but we need to slow it down a bit. Um, yeah, you can take a break. I think you can take a break out in nature. That's perfect. But I think what it's really focusing on is to bring in this new energy. Yeah, we have to clear and all the clutter and old energy. Um, but we need to simplify how we're doing this. Like it really just is as simple as going outside into nature. It doesn't have to be a 6-day retreat or an ayahuasca ceremony or all these big grandiose plans that were like, I have to do it this way. It's the only way it's going to work. And it's like, you know what? Go hug a tree. And that can just be as simple as it needs to be. Connect with nature, connect with the earth. All right. The last card we got for this equinox is the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. Yeah, I that's the other thing too, is like that's sort of why we're being asked to come out and whether that's like energetically, spiritually, physically, actually in person, is it's time to start gathering in our groups again, and doing our work together. So meditations, whatever that is. Organize a nature meditation, those kind of things. Get together with everybody else, the people that are on the path with you. So, or they're slowly just starting to present themselves to you. So, that is the overall message for the equinox, which is perfect because it is perfect definition of moving from this light into the dark or into the dark. Woo! Well, you can go back there if you want. We're going to go back and forth for a little while still, but um, not even about moving out of the dark. It's because the dark is being exposed as this light comes in. So it's two things. It's like it is taking care of our bodies, taking care of our mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health because we again have to be the best and freest container to take this light and hold it because that's what is about to be asked of us is that this light has to come in, but we all have to embody it. So if we're like down in the dumps, treating our body like crap, lowering our frequency with different substances, etc., 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 it's not that we don't get to go along on the journey. It's just that it's going to be a lot harder. I notice this now too, like on really big energetic days, if I do go out and have a drink, that sleep that night it's horrible and I keep waking up and I'm like, oh my God, this is so hard. I shouldn't have had a drink. And it's like, okay, that's really got to be like, that's got to go. Because just managing the energy on its own is enough, let alone um, trying to come at it with like muddy boots on and like trudging through mud. It's like, let's just be nicer to ourselves and not do that to ourselves. All right, so the meditation will be coming up for Equinox. I hope whatever you're up to that you have a good one. And yeah, even if you ring it in like it's a new year tonight, stay up till midnight and count it down and write your journal intentions. Just, like I said, it's like a do over of New Year. So If you've kind of just been coasting along these last couple of months or really struggling and feeling like you didn't get your work done, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life, and you're feeling good. All right. Yeah. The meditation is, um, well, it's called Dark to Light. So I hope you enjoy it. It should be coming up shortly here. Take care of yourselves. And most importantly, know that we are all in this together. Where we go one, we go all. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. And we will see you tomorrow night for the moon reading. Beginning, as we always do, finding yourself in a comfortable position, settling in, closing your eyes, beginning to slow the breath, and then breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth 3 times. In this meditation, we are not going to transport ourselves to any place. I want us to be present in this very moment, here, now, sitting in the darkness and in the silence. Breathe and rest. Allow the beauty of the darkness to embrace you, finding the peace and tranquility that it brings. This energy of the dark is a solace to our soul, a soul that has been working tirelessly as of late. We are working hard to clear our karma and all our shadow material. Breathe and know that it is time to rest, for we have done our hardest work, and we have been successful in clearing, healing, and nurturing our energy. Listening now, we can hear soft, whispering voices. These angelic voices are comforting us and remind us of any last little bits of shadow material that we may want to clear. Allow yourself to hear the words, whatever comes first. Here we simply acknowledge, we don't analyze. Here we are just the observer. Continue to breathe. Continue to listen to the messages. See each one as you hear them transform into a small, rolled up scroll. Collect all of your scrolls until you again are sitting in the beauty of pure darkness and silence. Breathe and clear this remaining shadow material. As we sit here in our peaceful embrace of the dark, we are aware of a quartz crystal wand laid in front of us. Picking up the wand and reaching forward into the dark, you are able to poke a hole with the quartz into the darkness. A pinhole size in the darkness spills in a bright white crystalline light. Breathe. Hold the crystal at heart space. Feel the increase in pure love energy emanating from the crystal and from you and from the light as it enters through the pinhole. Breathe in light. Exhale the darkness. Before us now, the tiny pinhole of light slowly begins to expand. The bright white light is blinding, but offers so much comfort, ease, and grace. Take a breath and allow the light to fully engulf you and your space. Breathe and feel into the warmth, its soothing quality. Allow the light to clear and wash away anything that no longer serves you. All the shadow material, all transgressions, all sadness, all self-deprecating behaviors. Breathe in this light that is pure divine grace and love. Breathe in and allow it to merge with you, to become part of you, to become who you were always meant to be. Breathe, and again sit in this light in peace, hearing the angelic voices softly singing. Feel how you are surrounded by love. Within this energy field, you open your eyes to again be in darkness, but this time it's not total darkness. As this is a new moon and void of light, it highlights a star-filled night sky. Knowing in your heart that tomorrow, the bright and brilliant sun will rise, continuing this dance of dark to light and light to dark throughout our everyday, in harmony, in balance, in right relation. Breathe and intend here for your new day tomorrow. What is your heart's desire? Where do you want your path to lead? Before us now, a big, beautiful campfire is burning. Taking the scrolls containing our shadow works, it is time to finally release them, placing them into the fire for cleaning and transmutation. Breathe and release. Stay here now beside this fire. Warm yourself. Feel the comfort. Feel how you are cleansed, cleared, and renewed. Knowing that you have begun this first day of spring and you have a clean slate, a fresh start, a new season. Glancing down upon the ground, you see a small green shoot popping out of the dirt and beginning to grow. Breathe and grow. Remaining here in this warmth and silence and peace. Feeling the love expanding at heart center. Beginning to bring your focus back into your space of meditation, into your body. Feeling connected and grounded. And again, taking in 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through your mouth. And then when you are ready, you may open your eyes.